Hi, I'm Nelo and I welcome you to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an off-shoulder princess that bustier. And in this video I will also show you how you can turn your basic sleeve to your off-shoulder sleeve. So if this is what you're interested in, please keep watching. And if you're new to this channel but you've been watching my video, you've not subscribed, why now? Please just click on that subscribe button below and subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload new video. By the grace of God, I upload video twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturday. Okay, and also like this video. Please leave a comment for me below. Now ask me any question, or if you want me to make any video, still leave it on the comments below. All right, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you to all my subscribers. See you in my next video. Bye. So guys, I'm going to start by drafting out the back part of the dress. Okay, this is the half length of the dress I'm making, and I'll be taking off 5 inches for the off shoulder. You can take 4, but the highest you can go is 6. Okay, don't go beyond 6. So I'm taking out my point, my bust line, and my waistline. Okay, I'll do the same on the other side. So I'll connect the lines like so. And I added 1 inch folding allowance downward. Okay, the length I'm working with is 16. This is my bust line. Forget about this line. I actually made a mistake. I thought I was drafting the front. Forget it. So this is waistline, and then the down one is the hemline, 1 inch. Okay, and there is my zip allowance, 1.5 inch for the zip allowance. Okay, now I'm going to take my shoulder measurement. The shoulder is 16 divided by 2, which is 8, minus 1.5. Okay, because it's an off shoulder, you minus 1.5 from your shoulder measurement, from half of your shoulder measurement. Okay, so there is my 6.5. And then to get the armhole, I'm going to put my bust circumference measurement divided by 4. Anyway, I'm still going to do that later when I take my armhole depth, and that will serve as my chest line. Okay, so the dart is 7 inches divided by 2, which is 3.5, plus half inch sewing allowance, making it 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to connect the lines. Please remember to take all your measurements from that zip line, not from the zip allowance. You should all start from that zip line. Okay, so I'm taking half inch on both sides on the waistline. Okay, then I'll connect it to the bust line. So now I'm going to create the dart. On the bust line, I'll come down by 1 inch. This is because I'm going to create another dart upward. If not, on a normal day, you go up by 1 inch. Okay, so if you're using only the down dart, you go up by 1 inch on that bust line. But because I'm creating another dart upward, so I came down by 1 inch. So that is that. So I'm taking 2.5 inch on both sides at the upper part, and then I'll connect it like this. Okay, so like I said, you can omit it, you can use only the down dart. Okay, but me, I want the top to the upper part to lap properly, so it's just a kind of a design, a style. Okay, so but you can use only the down dart. So now I'm going to mark my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 8 inches. Okay, minus the 5 inch. All right, make sure you're starting from the 5 inch. So I have 3 inches left. All right, that's my chest line. And then I'm going to take my bust measurement. All right, plus 1 inch for ease. Okay, so I'll connect my armhole from that shoulder point there to that bust measurement like this. So you can draw it straight like this, or you can also curve it a little, okay? I prefer my straight this way. So now, all right, you can curve or you can leave it straight like this. All right. So now I'm going to take my neck depth. So I'll just take 2 inches, all right, making it 7. All right, so I'll curve from that shoulder point down like this. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking my measurement. So my waist measurement divide by 4. Okay, whatever you have, your waist circumference divide by 4. You put it on your waist measurement plus 2 inches of the dart. I took 1 inch, sorry. So I'm going to connect. Remember, I added 1 inch to my bust measurement on the chest line, okay? And that replaced the ½ inch I took upward. So I'll cut it. So now I'm going to go up by 1 inch on my waist line towards that zip allowance. So I'm covering the neck to the zip allowance. So I'm going to go up. That is already 1 inch. So I'm going to connect it like this. This is to eliminate the zip bulgeness at the back, okay? So the center back, I grade the center back like so. And I'm going to be cutting it. The side should be the same, but the center back you go up by 1 inch, okay? Just to reduce the zip bulgeness and for it to lap flat. So now moving on to the front, I'll do the same. I'll be minusing 5 inches from that line is my shoulder line, okay? So I'll place 5 inches there. I'll take my bust point, my under bust, and then my waist plus 1 inch, okay? My bust, my under bust, and then my waist, and then the hemming allowance. So I'll be joining them. I'll be connecting the line. Okay, that's my armhole, 3 inches. The armhole is 8 inch. 8 inches minus 5 inch. Okay, so that will be my A line, armhole line, or chest line, whatever you wish to call it. And that's my bust line, under bust line, my waist or half length, and then my hem line. Okay, so I'll be putting my shoulder, like I said, minus 1.5, half of my shoulder minus 1.5, which is 6.5. Okay, and then my bust measurement plus 1.5 inch for the front, and then I'll connect my armhole like this. Like I said earlier, you can curve it, you can connect it straight. So I'm going on to put my dart. The dart I'm working with is 3.5 plus ½ inch, ½ inch, making it 4 inches. Okay, ½ inches for sewing allowance. So I'll connect it. So to get your curve, you minus your under bust from your bust measurements, okay? Whatever you get, that is what you use to get the curve on the under bust, okay? So what I have is bust 37 minus 30. Under bust is 30, the bust is 37. So bust 37 minus 30, I'll have 7 inches left. So I'm going to divide that 7 inches by 2. Remember, the paper is unfold. So I'll divide it by 2, and what I'll be left is 3.5. So I'll place 1 inch that side and 2.5 this other side, okay? And on the bust line, I'll come down by half an inch, okay? Whatever you have, make sure you put half inch and 1 inch on the center front, and then the remaining one on the side, okay? I'll be connecting them this way with a little curve. So to get my princess dart, I'll go up by half inch, and then I'll connect from that shoulder point to the half inch I went up by, okay? From this shoulder point, I'll connect to the half inch I went up by. So I'm going to connect it with a curve like this, okay? So for the armhole, on the armhole, I'll come down by half inch, okay? And then I'll connect it with a little curve to the line, all right? So now I'm going to blend the center. So why I went up by half inch and down by half inch on the bust line is for the bust point not to be pointy. You know, some breast cup after sewing, you'll notice that it's pointy at the bust point. All right, so I'm going to connect down to the waistline like this, okay? So now I'll take my neck measurement. So I'll come down by 2 inches too, because it's a sweetheart neck. So I'll connect it like so. You can make use of any neck of your choice, but what I'm working with is a sweetheart neck, okay? So now I'll be taking my measurement, my bust, under bust divide by 4, okay? Whatever you have, you put it there, plus the 3.5 inch dart. So I'll be adding it, and then on the waistline, my waist circumference divide by 4 plus the 3.5 I took for the dart, okay? So now I'm going to connect them. Remember, I've taken my bust measurements before to get the armhole curve, okay? All right, so that is our princess dart bustier. So I'll be cutting. So this is what we have after cutting. So I'm going to place them on my fabric. So I'll be using one of the side pattern to cut because my fabric is unfold, as you can see, okay? So now let me show you how to use your basic body, your basic sleeve to get your off shoulder sleeve, okay? So whatever you took from the off shoulder is what you're going to take from the sleeve. So I'm going to start from the tip like this. Don't come on the other side and measure straight, just take it like so, okay? So we have 5 here. All right, let me do it again. You can curve it this way, you still get the same 5, okay? So this is 5, and I'm going to take on it, okay? So I'm going to connect it straight like this, okay? And then just come here on the armhole side. So just come here and then connect it straight like this. Okay, and that's all. So I'm going to cut it now. This is for people that don't know how to cut off shoulder sleeve. There are many ways you can arrive at this. So this is that. This is my sleeve. Okay, so let me check it and see if it corresponds with the pattern sleeve. Okay, as you can see, it rhyme. All right, it correspond. So remember, I'll still add sewing allowance to the sleeve, okay, when I'm cutting it on my fabric. So now let me cut this. Okay, I added 2 inches sewing allowance, okay, on the side of the bodice, not on the center front. Okay, so I'll cut. So that is that for the front, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the back. So this is the back. I also left 2 inches sewing allowance on the side. All right, and then I'll open my zip, and then I also notch the zip area, and make sure to notch all the prominent areas like your bust point, your underbust, so that if you're sewing you won't have difficulties. Okay, thank you all for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.